Hello, beautiful beings. Hello, everyone. So, we wanted to bring through eclipse energies for the energies between September 7th and 21, the energies going in between there and what was coming through for everyone. And yet, as we completed the Cancerian energies, we felt our energy go, okay, time to hermit, isolate, release everything, and just allow our own personal integrations for the eclipse frequencies. And now we feel inspired to share that we can bring some energies through. We have just shifted it to rather what is now coming through after the major shifts of September, so after your major shift. So it includes the 9-9 portal we had in September, includes all the dynamic planetary shifts, and also the eclipse energies. September is a huge shift in energies, releasing karmic cycles, releasing old cyclic patterns, really coming into the wholeness and cementing and crystallizing your frequency, your source energy, your way of being in order for you to finally manifest what you're wanting in the physical. So huge major shifts, and some of you are still going through those shifts. So these messages coming through don't only encompass the eclipse energy, it's now after all of the energies that you received during September, what's coming through, what is coming through after the major shift, and we look forward to what you all receive. And Aries, those of you who are Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancerian, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign, we will, at the end of the Piscean frequencies we bring through, then upload those ones, right? We wanted to continue in flow so that everybody has a chance to receive messages. So we will upload again Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer for the energies of what happens after the major shift. You four needed to also go through before, and so we're just allowing, okay, so the first four needed to go through for whatever energy shifts, and now we're coming through with this other wrapping around at the other side of the portal. The other 8 signs said, no, not now, we'll wait until after all of this to bring energies through. And that's all good for us too. So let us see what's coming through for all of you beautiful beings. Enjoy. Hello, Capricorn. This is for Capricorn Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. Let us see, Capricorn, what is coming through after your major September shift. What is coming through for you October, November, December, and beyond after this beautiful shift? What can you expect? What are these changes? What is coming through? What is happening? What is aligning for you? Okay, Capricorn, you have the strength at the center. In September, you were learning to release and tackle your fears in a big way. You had to summon a lot of strength and courage, and what you were clearing was fears, Capricorn. Fears of being wherever you feared your authentic self, wherever you feared your authentic expression, wherever you feared speaking your truth, wherever you feared being your truth, expressing your truth, wherever you suppressed yourself out of fear, out of insecurity, out of shame, out of guilt, out of programming, out of conditioning, breaking a lot of programming and conditioning here, a lot of traditional thought process, cultural thought process, belief systems. So you were resetting. It was like, okay, I am the mirror energy. I am the 10th house, 10 of Pentacles energy. It's time for me to create my legacy. It's time for what I am being to be what I'm receiving. And I now need to stop minimizing myself or reducing myself out of fear. And we can feel a lot of you could be in relationships or marriages where your partner maybe was abusive, or just the religious or the cultural energies were quite heavy, and you almost shut yourself down to fit into this family unit or into this cultural belief, and just no longer fits, no longer serves you. And breaking free of that, breaking free of those relationships, breaking free of those ways of thinking, ways of being, breaking free of conventional thinking, releasing energies, people, experiences which are keeping you small, keeping you hidden, and no longer allowing it to be a safety and comfort zone, right? No longer allowing spaces of fear or where you are hidden or suppressed or not seen be a safety or a protective or a comfort zone. Finally allowing your truth to be, your expression to be, your authenticity to be. Finally allowing your voice to be heard, your way to be heard, your expression to be heard. Finally breaking free of all of the limitations which you had agreed upon for whatever reasons you had taken them on in the past, consciously and unconsciously taken them on. So you really, really, really saw every single space you were not honoring your truth. And whatever was forcing you not to honor your truth, culturally, religiously, traditionally. I mean, if we think of a lot of the cultures and traditions, they really make women a lesser frequency in their family unit or in their belief systems, right? They make the man the dominant energy, and then the woman or the children then become lesser than. And breaking free of that and be like, no, 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 no. This is not going to work that way. I'm no longer going to be silenced. I'm no longer going to be suppressed and overlooked because I'm a woman or because I'm a child or whatever it might be. Okay, and it's like you were just done. Class systems, race systems, cultural systems, whatever belief systems that were keeping you disempowered, you were just erasing, releasing, and whatever commitments you made which kept you in the space of lack and disempowerment, you were seeing them for the truth and dissolving and releasing, and you finally had the strength and courage to move away. A lot of you releasing a lot of abusive relationships here. A lot of abusive relationships or abusive ways of being to self, addictions, neglect, self-sabotage, self-imprisonment. Wow. Very, very big transformation for you, Capricorn. You're no longer letting the mirror energy you are betray you by giving a false version of you for the pleasing of others or the pacifying of others. You're no longer letting your fears keep you in spaces which are not yours, which are not healthy, toxic energies, toxic environments, frequencies of lack and neglect. You see, Two of Pentacles, here you are. A huge transformation from one version of yourself to another, dropping everything that wasn't serving you. And your spirit energy was showing you, your source, your spirit, your energies were showing you exactly what had to go. And you finally had the courage and the strength to do it, no matter what it is. If it was a person, they had to go. A relationship, it had to go. A marriage, it had to go. So dissolving marriages, dissolving relationships, dissolving contracts which were not honoring you, and you were doing it, and it was not easy, but you finally had the strength and courage to walk away, to drop these energies which were keeping you bound in a lesser version. That's not a receiving, like a lesser version of yourself, a smaller version of yourself, a suppressed, restricted, imprisoned version of yourself, and finally coming into a place where you're on top, where you're finally honoring yourself and you're finally allowing yourself to be honored at all times. And your guides and your angels and your spirit angels here assisting you to stability, assisting you to the reclaiming of your stability here. Powerful, Capricorn. Well done. And some of you are still going through this, so whatever situation you know you're in right now, that's why you can see it, that's why you can feel the urgency to let it go, to drop, to dissolve, to walk away. Do it and know that your guides and your spiritual team are with you. They will assist you. They'll bring through the helpful beings. They'll bring through the helpful team. Just follow intuition. Follow intuition, especially those of you, if you're in very abusive relationships, when we're speaking, and this is like, violent abuse or physical abuse, sexual abuse, even emotional and mental. Yet here we're really emphasizing the physical abuse, where maybe you might be fearing leaving this person because you're fearing your life, endangerment of life. Really connect to your source. Ask, how do I get out of this? whoever you are receiving in your mind, whether it's an idea, a phone call, message this person, call this person, speak to this person, go to that person, share what's happening. You will have the assistance. You don't have to worry. Okay, the way that source is showing you out is the way that you are to follow, and it'll be safe. You're protected on that path, and you don't have to worry. So trust that. Okay. And even if it's maybe not fear of physical, you're not fearing getting hurt physically, but rather, if I leave my finances, I won't be able to make it. No. Follow how source is showing you. Speak to who source is guiding to. Even if you think it's source, that person, yes, the person that source is showing you, trust that being. That being has got your back. It might be maybe that person is in their integrity and truth, so maybe you never really understood why they didn't connect or why you felt off, because perhaps they felt it. They could intuitively feel something was wrong there, but they didn't think they could speak. They didn't think it was their place, or they felt intuitively it wasn't their time to speak. But you now speaking opens up a whole new side. All of a sudden their arms are open and they're ready. They're almost keeping their distance from you because they knew if they came too close, they would intervene or it would stir, because they would not be able to just, it's like either I'm there and things are sorted, or I have to keep my distance in order to keep you where you want to be. So you going to them and expressing this is happening, they come and help you, whether it's a parent or a colleague or a friend. It's like, oh, they've got you, and they are the safe harbor you need as you transition from your one life to the other. Okay. And then for some of you, you've already went through this in September, and it's, for some of you, if it's not so intense or so extreme in that way, it is a shift of consciousness from one to another, where you're no longer binding yourself in energies that do not serve you, that keep you in restriction. And without here, we have the High Priestess and the Star. Forgive us, our throat chakra has been going at it the last few weeks. High Priestess and the Star. So this is Source saying, when you follow the intuition, look, miracle, miracle, miracle. That's that solution. This is that person opening up and just taking you in, and where you thought, how am I going to survive? I just saw 111. How am I going to survive? How am I going to do this? They've got you. You're surviving. You're thriving. They've blessed. You have more than you need. You're not in lack. You have the support system. You have the financial backing. You have someone who's looking after you. Because here your guide's saying, here we are here within supporting you, and this is you in the physical, being guided by your physical star energy, your beautiful miracle frequencies, the angel, the beautiful being who's helping you, whoever it is who's coming to your aid, whatever it is, whether it's financial reward, whether it's financial gain, whether it is support, a community, a friend, a family, a home, a shelter, whatever it might be, there is a miracle that manifests for you. So that is why the message is so strong, that whatever you are intuitively receiving in terms of the next steps to follow to release yourself of whatever binding this is, take it, take it, take it, take it. We just saw 111 2 more times. We just keep seeing 111, then it's again 111, and then 1111. And we usually don't look at the time when we're recording, but it's just been catching our eyes. And 111. So alignment, 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 alignment. So saying, hey, we're here to align you to your beautiful path, to what you are now worthy of receiving. But it's up to you to take those steps. It's up to you to commit. When Source is giving you that information, it's up to you to commit. And whatever energies that you are now picking up and committing to, whatever intuitive promptings you're receiving, it is allowing you a miracle, a breakthrough, a beautiful blessing. So you are shifted. This is what you shift to. When you release that energy, this is what you shift to. So you have nothing to fear. This is where you go. This is how you be. Miracle, safe, beautiful, wish fulfillment, a beautiful breakthrough, a blessing. And if this is not in terms of you releasing a situation, and this is being a person who's looking after you, this is where your life is shifting to, where you're no longer holding yourself under the restriction of the external energies or the restriction of the mind or conditioning and programming. You're now in the Aquarian frequency of freedom, of new information, new energies, new integrations, new manifestations. You're blessed, you're feeling abundant, you're feeling provided for, you're feeling on top of the world. You finally allowed yourself to shine. You're no longer dimming your light. You are the one shining now because you've allowed your spirit, your source, your truth to shine through you. And it brings a great balancing to your life. Below we have the Page of Swords. This is you finally having a whole new perspective on life. You're no longer seeing yourself as small. And you're also seeing everything you've been through, and you're so proud of yourself for where you are now. You are allowing yourself your newness, new intuitive ideas, new ways of being, new perception of source, of view, of creation of the world, because you're no longer limiting yourself, you're no longer making yourself small. So now you are seeing everything in a whole new way, in a brighter way, in a way which makes sense to you through love. You're feeling free. And your energy returns again here because your mind is free. You're no longer bogged down by other people's stuff. Like a whole new horizon, a whole new vista opens up for you. And vistas of opportunity. Crowning. It's like you realize, wow, I didn't have to stay there. I didn't have to be that person. I didn't have to remain in that space. I didn't have to do that. And just be gentle with yourself, okay? This was the right time to leave. So don't think, oh, I stayed there too long, or no. Or in that mindset, don't punish yourself for how perhaps you were limiting yourself or restricting yourself. Be grateful because now the clarity is here. Be grateful because the energies came in to release you of this self-limiting and self-restrictive energy. You've released the restriction energies of that devil frequency in the tarot, which represents you, Capricorn. And now you've allowed it to be the pure mirror frequency, finally reflecting the light you are and bringing forth your physical materializations and physical manifestations into being. Saturn, your teacher, your ruling planet, a lot of lessons here. And not an easy energy to move through Saturn. Really shows you how you create in your fear for you to break free. And you've been doing that. You can't avoid it. We had a beautiful... Oh, the card's already flipped over, my bad. And I was like, why are we just shuffling forever? But the card was already there. We had a beautiful and intense about 24 months with just Saturn. And yes, we know the planets are shifting, but Saturn said, hi, Kemet, we're with you. And we were Velastri at the time. And Saturn just tuned into our frequency, and wow. That's when we released toxic family, toxic relationships, toxic connections, toxic careers. We just cleansed everything. It was so intense, but absolutely worth it for the peace and the ease and the abundance we feel now. Crowning, Five of Swords. Swords is saying we want you to get out of your mind right now. Release the worry. Release the worry. Release the mental body. Because that's what we're feeling. Source is saying, hey, listen to the intuition. Don't overanalyze. Don't overthink. How am I going to get out of this? But who am I going to do? But how am I going to do that? Release the mental body. Release the mind. And trust the intuitive promptings you're getting. Trust the ideas. Trust who you are guided to reach out to. Trust where you are guided to go within. Beneath the deck, Knight of Swords. You are receiving the way out. Okay, you will receive the answer. You will receive the solution. You will receive the clarity. You got the Page of Swords. You've got the Knight of Swords. You will receive what you need to receive. The answer, the clarity, the solution, the way forward. You are just required to trust what you receive and follow the steps. Don't let your past judgments of the situation, the experience of the person you are asked to go to, you're asked to engage in, to cloud your way. Allow what source is guiding you to do it, Capricorn. Whoever you need to release, release. Even if you're thinking, but this is such a wonderful person in my life. When you release them, you realize, whoa, I made a very toxic energy a love language. Because that's what I was taught when I was growing up. Oh, I made very fear-based energy a home energy, a love, a comfort. Ooh, I made neglect an attraction point. I'm attracted to people who neglect me. So you're really going to see how you are holding yourself in energies that don't serve you. When you just follow that intuitive guidance of source, of your spirit, take the steps required and trust. When you do so, you manifest a beautiful new beginning, a wish fulfillment, a miracle. This is so saying, hey, we're here to take you out of that energy, and if you trust us, a beautiful golden path ahead for you. And it's so protected. Look at how protected you are. This is spirit, this is source. You are so protected by all the energies around you. Just trust what you receive at this time, Capricorn. Okay. And we feel this is where you end up being after this transit, after this major shift. This is you now. And it's beautiful, it's powerful. Your light is shining. Your wisdom restored, your magic restored, your alchemy restored. You're powerful. You're creating such beautiful energies. You're manifesting, materializing beautiful frequencies. You're free. And it's powerful. Very, very powerful. Thank you so much for connecting with us. Should you want a personal reading, there is a link in the description below. Thank you for sharing, and commenting and subscribing. We appreciate it. And thank you for joining us at this time. Blessed be.